Attention passionate Chicago Bears fans. Latest news. Something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run. A power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends in Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news, alright, folks. This is one of those rumors that just refuse to die down. And it's heating up even more as we approach the offseason. Word on the street, or rather, inside NFL circles, is that the Chicago Bears are eyeing a blockbuster move, trading for Marvin Harrison Jr. from the Arizona Cardinals. And it's not just a pipe dream. There's real smoke here. The buzz suggests the Bears are prepared to send a first-round pick in the 2026 draft, along with a second-rounder in 2027, to land the young, dynamic wide receiver. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this really happening? Well, the rumors are gaining momentum. And given how the Bears are positioned right now, it makes a lot of sense. Let's break down what this potential trade could mean. Marvin Harrison Jr., for those who might not be totally up to speed, is considered one of the most talented young receivers in the league. Coming out of Ohio State, he's been a guy who just makes plays. A route running artist with elite hands. And the kind of weapon that can transform an offense instantly. The Bears, with a 9-4 record and an explosive attack led by Justin Fields, have lacked that true number one receiver to elevate their passing game to the next level. Injuries have also played a role. Rome Odunze, for example, has been battling foot issues. And that's exposed the depth chart even more. Harrison Jr. could be that missing piece. A true alpha WR that defenses have to respect. Now, the Cardinals, sitting at 3-10 with just about $10 million in cap space, are clearly in rebuild mode. Their season has been a disappointment, and they're looking to reset the roster, especially after underwhelming performances with Kyler Murray. Harrison's value on the field is undeniable. This kid is so polished, so smooth. He's a route technician, a guy who can create separation and win jump balls. In 2025, despite a minor shoulder injury that limited him to 10 games, he still managed 40 receptions for 594 yards and 4 touchdowns. His average of 14.9 yards per catch and a yards per game average of nearly 60 show the big playability he brings. His advanced stats are impressive too. An EPA, expected points added, per target of +0.24, and a YAC, yards after catch, average of 4.2 yards per reception. His drop rate is just 2.5%, which speaks volumes about his hands and reliability. When you look at his career, he's already accumulated over 200 receiving yards as a rookie plus, with 8 touchdowns and an overall receiving grade of 77.2. That's a guy who's ready to step in and produce immediately. The Bears have a need for that kind of impact receiver, especially with the explosiveness they've shown on offense. Justin Fields has been developing into a true dual-threat quarterback, and adding a weapon like Harrison Jr. could unlock a whole new level of their passing attack. And let's talk about what Harrison could do in Chicago. With Fields' ability to extend plays and scramble, Harrison's route running and elite hands would make him a nightmare for defenses. His projection for 2024 is around 100 yards and 7 touchdowns, which would instantly make him the top target for the Bears. Plus, his presence would open up opportunities for other receivers and tight ends, creating more balance and unpredictability. It's easy to imagine him replicating some of the best in the league. Think Jamar Chase with the Bengals in 2021, who added about 250 yards that season and instantly elevated their offense. Statistically, Harrison is already showing he can win on third down, increasing his conversion rate from 44% to over 52%, which is huge for a team looking to sustain drives and keep defenses honest. His ability to win contested catches and his route mastery would help the Bears maintain their vertical threat and add a red zone weapon, reminiscent of Kupp's impact with the Rams in their Super Bowl run. He's a perfect fit for what Chicago needs. A dynamic, young playmaker who can grow alongside Fields and turn the Bears' offense into a real nightmare for defenses trying to keep pace. Of course, this kind of move isn't just about adding a talented receiver. It's also about strategic cap management and long-term planning. The Bears could use Harrison Jr. as a cornerstone piece for years to come, especially as they look to build a balanced, explosive attack that can compete for a Super Bowl. With their current roster, acquiring a player like him would send a clear message. Chicago is serious about competing at the highest level and building a team that can contend for the title. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade would send shockwaves through the NFC North. The Vikings and Lions are already formidable, but if the Bears land Harrison Jr., they're not just trying to be playoff contenders. They're positioning themselves as serious Super Bowl threats. The division is getting more competitive every year, but with a weapon like Harrison, Chicago could finally have that extra piece needed to outpace rivals and make a real run. As for the odds, betting markets have shifted recently, with Super Bowl 58 odds moving from plus 1,200 to around plus 750 for the Bears. That's a significant jump that reflects how much this move could transform their title chase. Harrison's addition would make the Bears' offense not just more explosive but also more unpredictable, giving Justin Fields that much-needed reliable target in critical moments. It's the kind of upgrade that could turn close games into wins, especially in the playoffs. And let's not forget the emotional aspect. Bears fans have been craving that big splash move for years. And if this trade goes through, it would be a signal that the franchise is serious about returning to the top. Harrison Jr. could become a franchise icon, a player fans rally behind, and an integral part of Chicago's resurgence. With the NFL being a league where stars make the difference, adding a player of his caliber would be a statement that the Bears are not just rebuilding, they're reloading. Now, what about the long-term implications? If the Bears do pull off this trade, it would set the tone for their 2024 season and beyond. With Harrison Jr. in the fold, they could focus on developing their offensive line and continuing to build around Justin Fields' unique skill set. The team's coaching staff would have a true game-changer at receiver, someone who can stretch the field and create mismatches all over the field. That kind of talent elevates everyone around him. Running backs, tight ends, and the offensive line. It's a move that signals Chicago's ambition to not just make the playoffs but to make a real Super Bowl push. Of course, the trade isn't guaranteed, and there are questions about whether the Cardinals would accept that package for a young star like Harrison Jr. But if the Bears are serious about winning now and building for the future, this kind of aggressive move makes a lot of sense. The NFL is all about star power, and Harrison Jr. is undoubtedly one of the brightest young stars available. His addition could be the spark that ignites a new era of Bears football, one where their aerial attack finally matches their legendary defense and running game. In terms of timing, the offseason is the perfect window for this kind of move. The draft, free agency, and trade talks are all heating up, and the Bears have the assets to make this happen. It's a gamble, sure, but in the NFL, You've got to take risks to reach the top. If they pull it off, Chicago fans could be celebrating a new era, one where the sky's the limit, and the Super Bowl is no longer just a distant dream. Pause here, just for a second, if you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you. It's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. So, as we look ahead, the possibility of Harrison Jr. donning the navy and orange is becoming more than just a rumor. It's starting to look like a real plan. The Bears are not just trying to patch holes. They're aiming for a complete upgrade. And in today's NFL, that means adding game-changing talent. Harrison Jr. fits that bill perfectly. If this move happens, it will be a game-changer for the franchise, energizing the fan base and making Chicago a more dangerous team heading into 2024 and beyond. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.